Hi, and I think we are live right now.
Yep, that's us. That's us. Hi guys. Hello everyone. Good to see you. Firstly, we'd like to know if you can see us and hear us correctly. So feel free to drop a comment. We're streaming on LinkedIn, Facebook, and of course
YouTube,
YouTube.
of
Yeah.
course.
So whoever is out there, please drop the comment if you can see us or hear us, or
Yeah,
both would be preferable, really.
definitely this would be helpful. So please let us know. Meanwhile, hi Patrick, how are you?
Fine, Andrew. How are you?
Good.
Maybe we should remind each other what are we doing here in Landingi, eh?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I'm Patrick. I'm customer success specialist here. I advise and try to help you to squeeze the most of your landing pages and in general from Landingi platform. And here's Andrew, who is
CMO at Landingi, in charge of marketing, also in charge of this webinar right now. So I'm more like a technical side here. Patrick will be doing most of the talking. So I'm glad he's here. Still, we have no comments. So please, guys, let us know that we are visible pretty well and you can hear us. That'll be very, very helpful. And if we get the confirmation, we can start right over. Okay, we've got Carolina on the chat. Hi. So I guess we are good to go, I think. Patrick, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we can start. Work smart, not hard. That's today's webinar title. And we are going to talk about the smart sections. That's a feature in Landingi that we'd like to familiarize you with. Let's do a quick run through the agenda of today's webinar. We'll start from a definition. What is a smart section in Landingi? Then we'll go straight to how to create a smart section, because obviously there is more than one way to. There are a couple of ways to create it. How to build a landing page with using a smart sections, which is obviously the core of today's presentation. How does the smart section influence the work or the marketing efforts related to personalized pages? Because if you're with us for a longer time, you probably remember the last webinar, a webinar when we were talking about personas, and we're going to scratch that topic too. A little bit about examples. We'll do a little switch here. Little examples of personalized landing pages using the smart sections, and of course, how to test smart sections without any commitments, really, because obviously pretty much everyone in Landingi can test the smart section.
Yeah, and just to be clear, today's webinar is more a product webinar where we describe a certain part of the product, but it's still very valuable, and we highly recommend to use smart sections in your landing page creation efforts. So yeah, I think we can go. And of course, guys, we have a Q&A, time for a Q&A at the end of this webinar. So feel free to just drop your questions in the chats, in the comments. We are here to answer them.
Okay, so let's kick off. What is Landingi Smart Section? Well, as the name suggests, it is a section, but a section that could be edited in a dedicated editor, created and edited in dedicated editor, and any change that is applied to a smart section will reflect on every single landing page that uses such section. It may sound like a riddle for now, but I'm going to show it on a very short and quick example. I have pre-made some generic landing pages for that webinar purposes. Let's go through here and through here. As you can see, both of these landing pages include that header with a null icon and your company name that is highlighted over there. And what I'm going to do right now is to edit that simple section here in the Landingi editor to show you how to how to implement the changes at all your landing pages using the section at the same time. So let's go through our Landingi editor, which is probably somewhere over here. There you go.
And Patrick will show you how the smart sections actually work. It's a great time saver, I would say, because if you have the same content you would like to publish on different landing pages you have, this is the way how to do it. So, Patrick?
There we are. I'm here at the landing pages tab on the left-hand side panel over there. So I'm just picking the smart section and that header that has been shown on both of the pages you've seen previously. What I'm going to do right now is to edit the page. Wait a bit. And you've seen your company name text on the top of in the middle of the section. And I'm going to change it to, let's say, a random company name and publish the change. As you can see, there is a list of pages that are actually using that section, which gives additional info what pages will be affected by implementing such change. So let's go ahead and publish it.
Yeah, it's just like a double check of what kind of changes you're implementing to which landing pages. So you are sure that you want to introduce these changes to all these landing pages.
So as you can see, there's still an old name. As soon as I click refresh, there we are. The change is here. And the change is implemented already there. So in this way, with a few clicks on a keyboard, you can actually change the one section in all of your landing pages using it. So it's quite a time saver, really. Going further, how do we create a smart section in Landingi? You've probably noticed that I've entered the smart section panel on the left-hand side. So I'll go back to dashboard and show you actually two ways of creating a smart section. The first one is the one from the dashboard here, from the left-hand side panel, under the landing pages tab and the smart section sub-tab, so to speak. So let's create a new smart section here. Let's give it a random name like smart
section. That's a very random name.
Yeah, but I do have a couple of smart sections. Let's call it 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
And let's start it. And you can pick a width of the smart section, but I went for a default 960 pixels. And we can pretty much do everything in here. Just say let's just create a background. Let's pick an image.
Yeah, it's just like creating a regular landing page or section within a regular landing page. The only difference here is that it's a single section that you can create, edit, modify, and then publish and implement it on various of your landing pages. This is the difference.
Yeah, pretty much publishing it. And that's it. It should be already visible in our Smart Section tab. And that's the one Smart Section 1, 2, 3. Not too pretty, but just for the showcase purposes, I think it'll do the trick. So that's the first way to do that. And the other way to create the Smart Section is to go actually to a already created landing page. Let's say we'll go for the one with the one smart section here. Going to editor. And we can pick pretty much any smart section. Let's say for a speaker, if you're running like a courses or webinars or any other endeavors, pretty much you can select that section and save it, and you can save it either to your designs, which is a different stuff, but you can save it as a smart section.
Give it a name again.
Yeah, that would be smart section
1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. I like the way you think.
Yeah, let's be
And
original.
count.
Let's be original. Okay, so and we do have a section already. So let's just go to the dashboard and check within the Smart Section tab if the section was saved properly. And there we are, Smart Section 1, 2, 3, 4, the very same I have just saved from the editor in Landingi. And any landing page that uses it, if I change speakers, change photo, change the text, change the photo, change the benefit language or the BIOS of the speakers, it will be implemented on every single landing page using it. So let's go back and go to next important stuff, how to build a landing page using a smart section. And for that purpose, I'll do some more quick clicking here. Today it's going to be a lot of clicking, so you have to forgive it.
I mean, sometimes it's always about, only about clicking. So this is what you do with Landingi. Actually, you click your landing pages.
Yeah, pretty much. And thanks to a smart section, there'll be a lot less clicking.
Yeah, because we want to work smarter, not harder.
There we are. We'll start for a blank template to show you how to quickly create.
Yeah, let's name the landing page.
To quickly create landing pages containing only from smart sections. So let's just drop the first section here. I'm dropping the section widget, as you could see, and choosing a smart section tab. So we got the templates, your design saved previously, or smart section. That's what interests us the most right now. And I'm picking a header, the one you've already know from the beginning of the presentation. The other thing I like to introduce is the middle part of the landing page. So that'll be a form section. There we are. Could be better if it comes to design, but I'm just showing you how to glue it. Really,
Patrick, it's all about conversion. If it converts, the design is not that important.
Yeah.
Obviously, would like it to be more pretty, I'd say, but yeah, for this purpose, I think it will do.
Yeah. It requires some polishing, but polishing it's it's just a matter of minutes. And a footer here. There we go. So we have that beautiful landing page that requires only enhancing a little bit of background. But as I said, we have a header, we have a footer, we have something in the middle, and the only thing we need to do is to publish it. And obviously it's going to be available straight away under the generic URL. But later on, after introducing some more cosmetics, you can publish it under your own domain, which is probably familiar to all of you who are already using Landingi. So let's go back to a dashboard to see that beautiful page of ours. And there we are, already with a thumbnail. So that would be it. Of course, no matter how many sections you have, the mechanism is pretty much the same. So it's going to the editor, dragging and dropping the widget section, choosing a smart section tab, that's important stuff here, and picking the one of pre-made designs over there, putting it in the right place. Yeah, picking the section of your choice, saving changes, repeating, and publishing at the very end of the process.
Yeah, the question is why to use smart sections, and what's actually the benefit of using them.
As I've mentioned while going through the agenda in the beginning, we've been talking about personas on the last webinar, during the last webinar, and having a couple of them or dozens of them, really, depending on your marketing efforts or marketing campaigns or number of your products, actually requires to address them very individually and preferably on a single landing page. What is important, that sometimes, maybe not in the middle of campaign, but sometimes in between campaigns, we need to introduce some changes that are dictated by A/B tests, for example, and we will want to do it quickly. Imagine doing it piece by piece for every single landing page. It's very time consuming and can be very very annoying.
Yeah, so just if something is repeatable on your landing pages, on many of your landing pages, we recommend to use smart sections, and you can use it for different type of content. We'll show you a couple of examples in a while.
Yeah, so let's say we're going through a rebranding in between the campaigns, and we just want to change some logos. So the only thing you need to do is to go to a smart section, change that all you could see through here.
Yeah, I remember our rebranding process, and it was like a nightmare to before we had the smart sections feature. It was a nightmare to replace the old logo with the new one. So yeah, definitely a nice thing to have.
So with the smart sections, the only thing you're doing is changing logo, changing a couple of text lines, and there you are. The changes implemented on every single landing page. But let's go through some examples that we have from our customers and from our side, of course, because as Andrew mentioned, we're also using a landing smart sections a lot. Let's start with that beautiful landing page, showing us a nice beauty reset summertime scheme. That's a customer marketing the spa events, I believe. Yes, and as you can see, the pages are very consistent if it comes to branding and the sections they are using. That's the first one. The page is in Italian, but we can probably see on the first glance that these two sections are identical. And whenever he needs to add additional benefit to that section, he just changes the line of text, and it comes up on every other single page.
For example, if you have like a special promo or offer and you would like to publish it on, let's say, dozen of your landing pages, you just edit one section if it's smart section, and you can publish it all over your landing pages.
There you are. Another smart sections, including body brushing process here, and this one over there. These are all landing pages, and I believe these pages are built from about 5 to 6 smart sections, and it's very, very time saving here to implement changes and to marketize for a different event or a different city they're presenting their offer to. So yeah, very, very good example of using a smart section. The other example is from a customer that advertises that sells, actually, not only advertises, that sell the home electric car charges. So here the example he used here is a smart section as a thank you page, which is a very, very good practice, because as you can see, there's a form here that, when submitted, directs us to this thank you page. This thank you page is actually a single smart section. So imagine that he's advertising to different cities, different personas. Actually, the reason why he's doing it is actually his to pick, really. And what he does here is to create a landing page from single smart section, including all what's necessary, meaning the contact, another button that redirects to his landing page, that the what happens next information, and of course a little bit of personalization. As you can see, there was a usage of dynamic text replacement. My name was put over there, and it's always a good thing to address persona like that, because the bigger the personalization, the more exact the personalization, the bigger the chance that customer will stick around your brand.
Gelukt, Patrick.
Yeah, gelukt.
What does it mean? Do you know?
No, I'm not a German speaker, really, or
is it German?
No, I think it was Netherlands.
Okay.
Dutch. Yeah, Dutch. That's the name for a language. Okay. Another example is a classic one I've already shown you, but I just wanted to prove you that I'm not the only person doing it. It's just use of a header and a footer, really. As we can see, there is a very sublime header here just a touch of a logo or text, logo containing all the text. And the same goes for another page from
Mr. Gerard.
Mr. Gerard, yeah, or Gerard, or this is a very same header and a very same footer over here. So it's a very common practice, very common use of smart sections. But as I said before, we are already using smart sections in Landingi for our own purposes. So let's get straight to these two examples. Andrew?
Yes, I can tell a little bit more about it. So let's take a look at the first example. So we have two landing pages dedicated and personalized for different personas. So this one is for digital marketers and the second one is for agencies. So as you can see, the top of the landing page, so the hero sections, they are very tailored to the persona and match the target audience values. But in the middle of all of these two landing pages, we use smart sections about templates. So we found that the benefit of using a template, the value coming from using templates is on a high level for each of these personas. So that's why we implemented it this way. So even if we, let's say, add 50 new templates, we can change it in one place and it will be published on all of these landing pages. So as you can see, this is one of the examples of using smart section. And another one, we use it for our pricing section. I can call it like that. So this is the landing page showing you the usage of Landingi platform in context of integrating them with the CRM platforms. And another landing page is shown in the context of using landing pages in Google Ads. So you can see two different landing pages, but they both contain the pricing section. And as you can see, it's quite a complex section. So imagine editing this kind of section and this kind of information on, let's say, 15 landing pages, 20 landing pages. It would be a nightmare. Because we have a smart section, we can update the content only once. So for example, if we are about to move some feature from one package to another or modify the pricing a little bit, we can do it only once and it will be published on all our landing pages. So this is really a time saver for us. It's really smart work here involved.
And I have to say, I'm really happy that it wasn't really my job to do that before smart sections were introduced. So
yeah, that was a good one.
That's how happy I am.
Like you.
Okay, so the last but not least is the actual info about how can you test a smart section if you are a Landingi subscriber. Obviously, the smart section is a feature available from Automate plan and up, which includes the agency plan as well. But even if you're if you have subscribed to a core or create plan, you can test it in a higher plan test upgrade scheme, which includes like 7 days of trial for smart sections, or actually every other higher plan feature containing like a campaign scheduler or funnel building, etc., many more. The only thing you need to do is to go to a link you've probably see in our transmission somewhere on the screen.
Exactly.
Oh, there we are. We can we can also paste it to a comments section to make it a little bit easier for you. So after a short consultation with my colleague, or if you get lucky with me, you can just get upgraded to an Automate plan and have the smart sections at your disposal and all those features I mentioned before. So it's a really no-brainer. Just sign up for a quick consultation and we'll be more than happy to upgrade you for 7 days. And after that, you'll, of course, decide if you're going back, or you can keep the Automate plan, of course, for yourself.
Yeah, and just to remind you, we have a couple of minutes more to answer your questions. So if you have any, just drop them in the comments, in the chat. we are here to help you. We hope that smart sections will improve your work and make it more effective in terms of saving more time and just not waste your time. So this was the purpose of it. So we are waiting for your questions. As I said, we have a couple of minutes. Just shoot them in the comments. Patrick, what do you like the most about smart sections?
They're saving time, and time is money. And I need a lot of savings.
Got it.
That's what it is.
That's the obvious answer, of course. Yeah, I like that you can, actually treat them off as some kind of templates, I would say, and you can save them in a library. And just, when building another landing page, you can just pick them and use them. So it's that's straightforward. Okay, I can't see any comments in the chat, and any questions. So I guess we'll be heading to the end of this webinar.
Perhaps there's something that need repeating, or you'd like to get a little bit more information about what we've already said about the smart sections today. Don't be shy, fire away.
Yeah. In any case, there will be recordings of this webinar on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, so we can get back to it. No worries about it. Plus, you can always reach us through the platform and arrange a meeting or ask our support team to just help you with anything. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I will be seeing you next month. Obviously, we've got a couple of more webinars planned for the next month. So stay tuned, and hope we will see you soon.
You're not getting rid of us that easily. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.